Hi guys, Iron Cameraman here. As we know, Speaker Titan is the only Titan created by the Alliance that's still standing, making him their last hope. Right now, everything the cameramen, TV men, and Skibidi Toilets have is being put into supporting Speaker Man Titan. He's the one who will save the TV men and stand alongside G-Man to fight back against the Astro Toilets. But despite all this, a lot of people still think Speaker Titan is weak or just secondary compared to the others, which is absolutely wrong. He's way more interesting and complex than he might seem at first glance, and that's what we're diving into today. Since we're on the topic of Speaker Titan, we also have to bring up the Speakerman Armada, which we've been waiting to see for the past few months. What will it consist of, and how can it operate in a situation like this? After episode 77, where the Astro Toilets dealt a huge blow to the Alliance by taking down TV Man Titan and exposing the limitations of the TV Men's stealth tactics, this is a critical question. So grab a drink and some snacks, and let's get started. Let's go back to the beginning. Speaker Titan is the second Titan in the series, and throughout his existence, he's always been seen as weak, unpopular, and overall secondary. TV Man Titan was incredibly powerful, advanced, and arguably the strongest of them all. Meanwhile, Cameraman Titan was calm and kind, a true legend of the series. This perception became especially popular after episode 50, which I absolutely love. Unlike the other Titans, Speaker Man Titan doesn't have the same widespread popularity, but his fans are incredibly active. Paradoxically, his supporters are some of the most loyal and engaged, and interestingly, they never forget about him, even in the most unexpected places. When people compare the Titans, Speaker Titan is often labeled as the forgotten one. He's overshadowed by the others, so those comments about him being overlooked are pretty justified. And to some extent, it's understandable why people think that way. Compared to the other Titans, he hasn't had much screen time to fully develop. Let's not forget that for quite a while, he was under the control of the Skibidi Toilets, which led many to see him as an enemy. That perception could definitely have affected his popularity. However, his storyline of infection and revenge is one of the most compelling arcs in the entire series, which has drawn a dedicated and passionate fan base around him. In one interview, when asked about various fan concepts, Boom mentioned Speaker Titan. He pointed out that in Verlance's fan concept, the upgraded Speaker Titan looked visually appealing, but Boom didn't like the final result. Why? Because in the process of upgrading, Speaker Titan was turned into a huge and clunky Titan, which goes against his core strengths, agility, and speed. It basically wiped out everything that made him unique, turning him into a copy of TV Man Titan. But unlike TV Titan, Speaker Titan is far more maneuverable and long-range oriented rather than a giant who charges straight into battle. Sure, the upgraded Speaker Man Titan might look grand and powerful, but it loses the key strength that made him special. I'm bringing this up because Boom's response is a clue about what we might expect for Speaker Titan's upgrade in the future. In combat, he mainly relies on his speed, preventing his opponent from recovering between attacks. Compared to the others, Speaker Titan often strikes from behind because he knows he can't win by going head-on. There's a twist in his story. His greatest strength is also his curse. Titan Speakerman's small size, while granting him agility, makes him vulnerable. He's easy to push around or restrain, as we saw with Titan Cameraman in episode 57. Remember how Cameraman tossed him around like a toy? The same thing happened in his battle with the scientist. And let's not forget when fake G-Man cheekily gave him a kick in episode 65. These moments highlight his physical weakness. But here's the irony. This so-called flaw has made him one of the smartest characters in the series. I didn't think about it this way until a fan put it perfectly. He might be the weakest physically, but he's also the smartest. Think about it. His abilities are built around a small size, incredible speed, and rapid-fire weaponry. These traits force him to rely on strategy, outwit his enemies, and think faster to survive against stronger foes. And let's not forget another unique trait of the Speakermen race: their immunity to TV hypnosis. This ability makes them indispensable in battles. A perfect example of this was when the mecha scientist hypnotized Titan Cameraman with ease, turning him into a pawn. But Titan Speakerman? He didn't even flinch. Now, as we dig deeper into Speakerman's story and his strengths, the real question is, what does the future hold for him and his race? The Alliance is hanging by a thread. The TV men and cameramen have lost their titans, their strongest assets. On top of that, the TV men suffered the loss of one of their main bases, further weakening their position. Meanwhile, the Skibidis, even with their fancy Astro upgrades, are still far from being a decisive force. That leaves the Speakermen as the Alliance's final hope. Unlike the others, they've been quietly building their strength, stockpiling Astro technology, and refining their strategies. They've learned from past mistakes and are determined not to repeat them. Here's an interesting fact that many might have overlooked. Throughout the entire series, the Alliance hasn't had the chance to properly upgrade Titan's Speakerman. The only significant change he went through was during the infection arc, and even that wasn't an improvement but a temporary hindrance. This suggests that his race has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, preparing for this exact moment. And now, with Titan TV Man out of action, the TV scientist has the time and resources to join forces with the Speakermen. His expertise could accelerate the upgrade process exponentially. When you combine this with the contributions of the cameramen and Skibidis, it's clear that the Speakermen are on the verge of a breakthrough. Let's not overlook the critical role of Astro Toilet technology. Titan TV Man, despite his sacrifice, brought back invaluable intel and tech. This treasure trove could be the key to transforming Titan Speakerman into an unstoppable force. Picture this: a Titan equipped with advanced Astro tech, supported by an army of high-tech combat units. In one hand, he wields a blade that gleams with purpose, pointing forward as he leads his forces into battle. But brute force and flashy upgrades alone won't win this war. The Astro Toilets have shown time and again that agility and strategy are their greatest weapons. Remember the Astro Destroyer? It nearly took down Titan TV Man single-handedly. Why? Because TV Man, despite his strength, is slow and cumbersome. A poor match for the speed and precision of the toilets. Their reliance on ranged weapons only compounds the issue, making it difficult for a slow-moving Titan to counter effectively. This is where Titan Speakerman has the edge. His natural agility, combined with the right upgrades, could make him the perfect counter to the Astro Toilets. His future hinges on enhancements that amplify his core strengths: speed, maneuverability, and accuracy. It's crucial that these upgrades don't turn him into another slow, bulky Titan, but instead refine what makes him unique. If done right, Titan Speakerman could become one of the most dangerous Titans in the fight against the Astro Toilets. This is just the beginning. Speakerman's story is far from over, and if the Alliance plays its cards right, he could be the key to their ultimate victory. All eyes are on him now, and fans can only wait and see how this epic tale unfolds.